So, oh, we have had a very hectic, strenuous journey through America, and it was much beyond my expectation. It worked out very well, and I am very happy about it. All the Americans are very thankful to the Yogis of England and other countries who have contributed to this tour, and especially to people who travelled across, went round and helped them to organize. So they have been extremely grateful, I think. But for you people it would not have been possible. It was a very strenuous journey, no doubt, and strenuous tour, and everything was a bit too much after the tour of Europe. But the way people went from here and helped them, and you sent money, there was much less strain on them and they could manage it very well. And as you know, we have done very well as far as our sowing the seed of Sahaja Yoga is concerned. So the seed of Sahaja Yoga, I think, is now sown, and it may take a big flight. I'm sure, because Americans have, I know they are very people who are uprooted type and quite shallow people, and one can say that also that they go on changing their gurus every third day and their cars every fourth day and their wives fifth day. But they have changed so many of them that it is easier to bring them now and talk to them about reality. That is the greatest part of it. And most of them have been to some guru or someone. I think better give me because this doesn't sound. And the result of all that is that they have reached conclusions that if reality has to come, it should come in the way Sahaja Yoga is. So it's not such a difficult thing to talk to them about Sahaja Yoga. But the best part of it, they have been to all gurus who have given them a good licking, real good licking. They have lost all their money, they have been trained so much, they had to do all kinds of things, and they had to starve themselves and no food, and sometimes they had to run for miles together, do all kinds of acrobatics and all kinds of things they have done. And as a result, to them, Sahaja Yoga is very precious. This is a difference, I think, with others and Americans is because you have not known those severe type of gurus that they have had, who just tortured their lives all the time saying that you have to do these things just to get rid of your sins, and this has to be done because of your sins, you are like this. And the main thing was, I discovered there, that the philosophers or the writers who wrote about the unconscious also had made a very big mistake. And they said that if you have to go to the unconscious, you have to pass through subconscious. And when I saw this diagram, I was surprised. Jung had done the diagram with the unconscious and then unconscious becoming conscious, and on top of that was the subconscious and then the conscious mind and then the ego. So it was such a mixed bag. So I told them that God is the greatest planner and He has kept the central path for you absolutely open, which is Sushumna path, and the subconscious is on the left and the supraconscious is on the right side. So you don't have to pass through all these things. Even in an airport, supposing you have to pass through the luggage to go to the aeroplane, what will happen? And when human beings can understand that, what about God? He has to be a greater organizer, a greater thinker than we are. And he could not have thought of such a mixed bag for us, that when we have to ascend, we have to go through our subconscious and then go to the unconscious. So the whole thing is they had no picture. It was all a mental projection. And that's how they made all the mistakes there. And when they published these things, perhaps the gurus, who are agurus, must have taken a clue. And that's how they started talking that you have to go to your unconscious. And that's how the whole thing has been worked out. That people thought that we have to go to the unconscious through the subconscious. And when this happened, they said that if we have to go to the subconscious, we must bear up everything. We must get possessed, we must get bhutish, we must take drugs, we must do all those things that the mad people are doing. In addition to that, they used Bible for that purpose, because in the Bible it is said that when the Holy Ghost came, they all started behaving like mad people. This was Mr. Paul's mischief. And that's how they justified it, that we all have to get mad to become spiritual. So this kind of a stupid idea was taken over and was exploited by the real thugs of India. Then it is now taken over by the thugs of Americans also. So the Americans are also forming some groups there. They have also become gurus, and they are also teaching people that you have to become mad before becoming realized soul. It's such a thing that they never understood, that there has to be some sort of a way made by God Himself for our ascent. Why will He make it so difficult? He has never made even a sprouting of the seed difficult. Why will He make our evolution so difficult? And that's why these poor things, you see, half of them are mad, really mad people. When they came to Sahaja Yoga, they had blisters all over their hands. All blisters on the left hand side. You could see all their hands were burning, shaking all the time before me. It was terrible. I mean, I had to go on combating their bhoots, and I really got tired with it, absolutely tired. Every place I went, there were people who had lots of these possessions in them. But the beauty about them, which one should learn from them, is that once they realized that this is the way, it is the truth, they are working very hard, extremely hard, and they are very disciplined people. They get up in the morning, have their baths, sit down for meditation, they work it out. They are not like us. You see, we are very happy, see, floating in the air, mother is looking after us, it's all right. We can get up at 9 o'clock and then it's all right. We say namaskar to mother, write a nice poetry about her, finished. They are not like that. They are working it out, because what they said was very remarkable thing, what they said, that mother, we have gone to hell actually. And we have to really jet out very fast if you have to get out of it, otherwise we'll never be there, which is a fact. And this is what one has to understand, that if you have to have any rapport with your spirit, you have to really work very hard. Now so far our Sahaja Yoga is the best, so far I would say, not further, because today is New Year's Day, we have to take certain vows on a New Year's Day, isn't it? So far has been an easy chair, as you call it, politician. And another thing I discovered very funny there, which now I understand why people are like this in this country, also everywhere, which you understand it better when you are a little away from that place. So another thing I discovered was that this guy is called a Christian ethics, you can say. I hope you have not talked about it. Alright. Now the Christian ethics, they told me, was really explained many things why you behave like this. Like one lady told me a story that there was a fellow who had a store of his own, and he used very good locks, you see, to secure it. So the people protested, saying that why did you lock your thing so well? You should have given a chance for a burglar, you see. After all, you could insure yourself, but why did you take away the chance of a burglar? That kind of a Christian ethics works in our minds, you see. So what we do, we always sympathize with the bhoot all the time. You see, oh, she's mother so badly off, she's like this. Arey Baba, she's a bhoot. Did Modi tell you the saying of Ramdasa, Did you सांगितलं तुम्ही?
श्री माताजी त्यांना तेवढं डिटेल नाही सांगितलं.
हां, पिशाच्याचं सांगितलं?
पिशाचं तर नाही सांगितलं, पण दुसऱ्या गोष्टी खूप आहेत.
सांगते. So Modi said this there, which is Ramdas Swami has said it. Pishacha means a bhoot of a style, you see, which sticks on to people, is Pishach. So he says, Pishacha mage Pishacha mile. After one bhoot, another bhoot has gone. So who can go after that? Who can save that? I mean, they are going after the bhoot. And what Sarthak means, what will they achieve out? The whole thing is that our mind, oh, he is very much mother, we must help that person, we must do this for that person. All this is Christian ethics, is nonsense. But Christ never said. He took a big hunter and beat all the people who had boots and took them out and put them in the sea. So this is some sort of a Christian is different from Christ. So the Christian ethics is that always sympathize with a person who is a bhutish person. Always. A bhutish person also has a method of creating sympathies. So today on New Year's Day, I think I should warn you certain things that I have realized after going to America. My human realization is improving. And the thing was, they said that I had seen once, you see, there was a lady who was running a restaurant. And one thief, you see, had stolen a coat from one restaurant and came to her restaurant and would not pay the money. And she informed the police. So police said, has he got a very good coat? He said, he has. He's stolen from the other restaurant, we've got the reports. So the police came in. So they filed a suit against this man, that he's a thief, he has stolen a coat from there and ate food here, never paid anything. So these people, both the restaurant people, had to go to the court and give evidence saying that, you see, this fellow has stolen the coat and he didn't pay for anything and he was quarreling. And they had to spend 2 days and waste their money because they were earning out of their own restaurants. So the judge said, doesn't matter, he was drunk at that time, so he should be forgiven because he was drunk, firstly. And secondly, he was given money because he said, I have no money now with me to travel around, while these people lost their money for 2 days. And the police sat down with the hand like that. So this kind of ethics that we have, you see, is to sympathize always with bhoots, wrongdoers. Even if you read the newspaper, you are shocked. How are they released on one point? That they were in imbalance. Because they were in imbalance, so they are released. They are sent on a parole, that man goes and kills 10 people again. But because he was imbalanced. So it is more necessary that you keep him if he is imbalanced. It is more necessary, to be imbalanced is itself a sin. Itself is criminal. If somebody is imbalanced, that means he is a criminal personality. And such a criminal personality must be kept in lock and key. Like in France I was going by a bus. Now I understand many things. I didn't understand them before, I must say. So in France we were going by bus and one person boxing, he was talking all kinds of things. I said, oh God, this one is only spilling bhoots from his mouth. Who is he? They said, he is a man who is talking about the war. I was so shocked. I said, this man is talking about the war and these things. Why is he allowed to come on a bus? Then the second one came in. Then a lady came in and they were all talking away something irrelevantly. They said, these are all people who have suffered very much and they are coming into the bus and that's why they are like this. So I said, but why allow these people to come in? In India, nobody will allow such a person to come inside. So I think Mari was there. She said, you see, our government is very sympathetic, you see, towards such people. I said, but what about the rest of them? They are not sympathetic about the other people. At least they should be sometimes for a change sympathetic with sane people. To have always sympathies with the insanity also shows that you are encouraging all the bhutish people to develop, to do what they like. I mean, this is no sympathy at all. That is how it works out. And I have seen this bhutish sympathy has also given me a lot of trouble. So you have to be really sympathetic towards your poor mother. Now, all sympathies of your bhoots must be given. Because that has given me a lot of trouble throughout, and now I understand why you people always sympathize with bhoot people. Now, as it is in England, it is a sin to awaken somebody in the morning. I mean, we have had big quarrels, fights, bouts, breaking of noses, everything because somebody woke up somebody in the morning time. And people sympathized and came and told mother, after all, you see, this gentleman went and woke them up, or the child started crying in the morning and the person got up in the morning. So it is a sinful thing in the West that if you wake up somebody. But you see, you have to change yourself now. If you have to be yogis, you must know that you cannot get easy chair yogi position. Normally you have to go to Himalayas, live in that cold, eat nothing for days together, wash off all your desires, give up your wife, your children, everyone. But Sahaja Yoga so far has been, you can have your wife, even if she is slightly bhutish is alright. But if she is very much bhutish, still I have to worry about the bhutish woman. Even if she destroyed Sahaja Yoga, doesn't matter, the sympathies are there. Even if she does anything, that's a wife after all. Or a husband who is a bhutish. I get every time a letter, my husband is a bhutish man, he beats me, he does this. Now what am I to tell? You divorce your husband? What should I say? If he is bhutish, how can you be with a bhoot? You are a realized soul, and gradually what happens that you develop such a immunity with the bhoot that you don't know you have become yourself a big bhoot. And you go on with that and this. Can you imagine? We are creating here a race of yogis, of pure people. Now, why people were going to Himalayas? Because there were no booths there. See, very few people went there, stayed away from the madding crowd. You are staying in this horrible, hellish atmosphere where there are booths and booths and booths all kinds. Now here it is more necessary that you should be very careful. Supposing plague breaks out any country, then how people become cautious? They are so frightened that we should not catch anything from the plague, isn't it? In the same way we must know. Now you are conscious of it. But on the contrary, these bhutish attachments are so great that I do not know how to fight. And the best part of it, you see, if you tell anybody, why did you do it? They say it was the bhoot who did. But from where is he residing? In your own house. Supposing in this house somebody is residing and he explodes the whole house, will you say that the man who was residing has done it? You have to blame yourself. Why do you allow a bhoot to abide in you? So today is a day, yesterday's day was a special day of Lakshmi Puja. And you'll be surprised, in our house, we put all the lights on and the candles were lit up. As soon as the candles were lit up, all my foot went into a contortion. Absolutely. It could not be brought to normalcy. For at least half an hour we were struggling with it. The reason is all the booths of London perhaps touched my feet and they got into the air. That saved us. So this is the situation is. While you are not at all aware of it. Now people think that you can compromise with righteousness, with God. You cannot. You cannot compromise. Whatever is pure has to be accepted in its purity, in its glory. And one has to work hard for it. You cannot just, you will have your jobs, you will have your wife, you will eat your food, the special type of things, you must have your comforts, you must have everything. It's a first class journey to God.
And on top of it, don't recognize it.
And the booths along with it, going towards God. Everybody is in the baggage. This is what one has to understand. We are yogis. We are people blessed specially to elevate the whole world. We are responsible for the whole Western world. Now what are we doing about it? And I asked these people who have been to gurus, I was amazed. Of course, money part was there, 1,000 rupees each. And they said that we are given food which nobody can eat. You get sick. One lady told me that she ate such a food that she developed a horrible disease and doctors told me that I first of all give up this food. And you are forced to eat that food. And you have to wear very, flimsy clothes and stand on the streets, sing songs, walk in a procession, dance like a mad person, do all kinds of things they do. Here in Sahaja Yoga they said nothing, it's a drawing room treatment. But in the drawing room if you carry your boots also with you, that's not allowed. That's not allowed. So one has to understand that though we have got our realization, we have a very big responsibility and we have to move with that responsibility. The greatest problem now of UK, also of France, I see, because of drinking habits or whatever it is, lethargy. Excuses. Brain is very, I tell you, our search yogis also have tremendous brains. Sometimes I don't know how to overcome their excuses. We had a public meeting which finished at 11 o'clock, so we couldn't get up till 11 o'clock next day. 12 hours sleep we must have. Very hard working people. But your mother sleeps the same time, and I am a marathon race runner. Every night whenever, you have only one program. But then I go to Italy, I go to any place. I have regularly, the whole year I am doing this. Still I get up early in the morning. Why can't you get up? All excuses are there. This is an excuse, another is an excuse. And then I have told so many people that just get up at about 4 o'clock in the morning. Just get up, try and see and do it. It's very good. 4 o'clock I have been saying for the last 10 years now. I don't know how many of you have tried that. Have your bath. Get ready, have your bath. And then sit down for meditation. The whole day will pass out very well. And sleep at about 8 o'clock. It is English saying that early to bed and early to rise. But I have never seen any Englishman like that so far. That's the other way around. They'll keep awake till 1 o'clock and get up at about 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Will not even brush their teeth and walk out. These habits we have to change. We are yogis and we have to worship the sun. So we have to get up much before the sunrise. That is very important. But I find that is not here. People don't understand. They want to take Sahaja Yoga in a very slow way and you will move very slowly. And so many of you will drop out, I tell you. One must understand, today is a New Year's Day. And we must understand what are we doing. This is a real warning to all of you. You just try. This is not a very big thing. You'll be amazed now. CP is having a conference for 20 days. Every day he gets up at 4:30. Every day. Sleeps at 12 o'clock. Every day. The whole day is working. 20 days after all. He says once in a while I have to work hard. Our servant gets up at 5:30 every day. Who works very hard. Why can't you get up? You people think that you are the most unhealthy people or what is the reason? Every time. What's wrong with you? Nothing is wrong. You are lazy lumps. That's all you should understand. Just tell yourself, you are lazy. Extremely lazy. And we've been brought up like this. And this comes from your ego, for your information. Ego thinks, justifies everything, makes you weak, and then you sleep like logs of wood. What is going to happen? This is tamasa. Complete tamasa. Ego is taking you to tamasa. Or when you are not inactive, then what we do is to ride a big horse. John Gilpin's. We met so many. I went to Toronto, there is one John Gilpin, Mr. Patrick. It was real John Gilpin. Without any single pie, he became a big administrator of money, this, that. Then I find here Mr. Jason is touched by him. This is another John Gilpin. I call them what you call James Bonds. They are riding such horses. So there is one group which is extremely fundamentalist about lethargy. You see, they know all the excuses, how to say to mother, oh this is so, we have this problem, this, that. Another group is this riding the high horse. Mother, I have to still clear out, this is the problem. What are you doing? Let us face ourselves. Are we going to lag behind? On a ship, you have to get onto the gangway at least. If you move so slowly, gangway will be lifted and the ship will move out, I'm telling you. So one has to understand that we have to work something first. Sahaja Yoga should be the first priority. Job is first priority, making money is first priority, or wife or children, all these are much more important. Then go ahead with it. Marriages, another is marriage. Mother, when am I going to... People will eat my head for that also. When am I going to get married? What should I do? Who should I marry? Do that. These things are not going to take you higher. Where should be your attention? Those who are married are troublesome, those who are not married are troublesome. Those who are married have problems, and those who are not married. So the marriage doesn't solve the problem of Sahaja Yoga. Now they will say, but excuse is there. We must create children. Alright, which children? Children which will be realized souls. Do you think realized souls will be born to lazy lumps? They will kick them morning till evening if they are born. Tell you. So one has to understand that either you are lazy and when you are active, you are James Bonds. Nothing in between. And that's how people have been avoiding taking responsibility. Excuse. The whole brain system is such, how to give excuse which is anti our progress. It's destructive. This will destroy you. This is destructive. And this tamasa has to be conquered by willpower. But if I say willpower, then suddenly I find 10 James Bonds standing before me. Now what? Your poor mother is blasted. Oh God, now what am I to do? So I don't know which way to go. Now if you tell somebody that you have got some catches, you go and look after yourself, go away from here. Then that person starts thinking that I am the person who is to be like an outcast and indulges into all kinds of miserable existence. It is said that you go and get yourself all right and cleaned up. Instead of that person is the most miserable person, at the slightest pretext you find the person thinks he is in hell. What to do with that? You just tell me what is the solution for these people. Now I am already 60 years of age. How long do you want me to live? I don't know. Whatever it is, you have to now get up. Neither to be aggressive nor to be sleeping. And this sleeping business has to go out. Now in the ashram people stay here, anywhere. There is no discipline in our ashram. You go and ask them what sort of ashrams they have. 3:30 one has to get up. And then what do? You have to clean all the compound. 3:30 in the morning in New York, which is the coldest place. You see, a lady told me, she's a very rich lady, she told me 3:30 I had to get up and clean the whole compound. And planting all the things. And that was sold by the Guru, and all the money was taken by the Guru himself. So the whole business was how to make the Guru prosperous. And they had to get up early in the morning and go on working it out one after another. There were 2 people who came from Rajneesh with the same dress, you see. So these people told them that you can't come to mother's program with this dress. So they said, we have only these 2 pairs of this dress and 1 mala left with us. The rest is all gone to Guru for his Rolls Royces. So we have nothing left. Only this much we have left. So I said, alright Baba, we'll give you money now, but change this dress. This is the situation. That is how the Gurus extract them. But we do not try. How far have we gone? You must think now, somebody who is a left-sided person should think how far we have gone now as our left-sidedness. Those who are right-sided should think how far we have gone, how far in the center we have gone, and then think of the ascent. Sahaja Yoga is simple, made easy, alright. Supposing I have cooked for you, alright. You have to eat it, digest it, and use that for something. This cooking is done for the good of others. But people think of their family, house, children, this, that, all these comforts. So one has to really dedicatedly, absolutely understand that our worth is much more than any one of these people could do. I'll say my husband is working like this, I'm seeing him, I'm surprised. 4:30 he gets up, and yesterday we had a dinner till 12 o'clock. He was so alert and talking to them in such an alert way to these Chinese. And every day he is doing that. How does he do it? You know that when I sleep also I'm working, and when I'm awake I'm working. All the time I'm working. Alright, you might say, Mother, you are Adishakti. But this, my husband is not even a realized soul. Like you people are. There are so many like that. And he is not aggressive by any chance. So once they start working, they start thinking how to make money out of Sahaja Yoga. Just imagine. Selling candles, selling this. What are these other side of it? I mean, you cannot sell Sahaja Yoga. That is one thing I want to tell you and proclaim today, that anybody tries to do such a thing, I liquidate that person and make him a pakka pauper. First of all, you will get sick if you try to sell Sahaja Yoga. Nobody has to do such things. You have to keep that side extremely clear cut. You cannot sell anything. Also, whatever I am talking, you cannot sell it in the market. Many people have this habit of selling it out. Now somebody is writing a poetry about Rama. What is the need to publish that poetry? What has it got to do with Sahaja Yoga? I am living here, you are writing about Rama. What is the need? And who wants to hear that? Just think of it. Gregor said, Mother, we want to publish your lectures, and why are they publishing somebody's poetry there? About Rama. Is this the job we are going to do? What is our job? Is to give realization to others. Spread Sahaja Yoga. Keep ourselves pure at a higher level. Become those great personalities, you see, which have achieved something. Learn music. I told you, learn music, learn dancing, learn something by which you can manifest Sahaja Yoga. Otherwise, I don't know what's going to happen to you and to Sahaja Yoga in the West. Because there is no education or discipline here. We are free people, do what we like. We have to discipline ourselves. And now as you are newly born, you can do it. You have to discipline. How dare I do these things? I am a Sahaja Yogi. We have to take ourselves to task first of all. This is a very, very important thing, and I find that is lacking so much. And this disease of lethargy or of high-handedness is so contagious. Mr. Patrick met Jason for 5 minutes, he clicked him. Mr. Jason met another one, he clicked him. And if I find a link, it is there. One lady like Jay, she meets somebody, she becomes Bhutish. She becomes Bhutish, then another person. You can link it back. You will be amazed how these things work out. They have a chain reaction. So one has to be careful. But why not see to the person who is doing something about it, who is rising higher, who is dynamic. I know who are there. They are the people I have now said, these are your leaders. But some of them still go like that. You must assume your powers. That's the point I have been saying. We have to assume our powers. We have to be wise people, grown up, matured. We cannot play like children with ourselves. And this is what has been said many a times. But now, whatever I have said, you put it in your action. Fight with yourself. Don't give excuses. There are excuses and excuses which you tell me, I said, all right. But you see, I have another nature which you have not realized. I can recede. My interest is up to a point. What can I do? After some time, like a glue, it falls off. A glue can stick you to a point. If you get stuck, well and good, otherwise it will fall off. So that recession should not start in my mind. So please be alert. And don't worry what other problems you have. Also, I have seen that there are forces working like this. Now somebody wants to do something. Because he wants to do it, you should not cut it out. On principle, if it is good, you should say, go ahead, we are doing. And that's why I see people don't work out. Like getting an ashram, any place will work out if everybody has positive attitude. If somebody is trying for that, every collective thing. But everybody will say, but you see, if you take the ashram, then who will pay for it? We are only 5 people. But mother is there to look after it. There will be another excuse, something coming up, that you see, if you take the ashram, there could be such and, but you just take it first of all and see for yourself. Like you start driving and you say, all right, we are going this way, but there could be a jam. But let us see if there is or not. Beforehand, how are you saying? I mean, before facing the situation, there will be 10 suggestions immediately coming like a cock. Jack in the box suddenly will start, giving their wise advice. Cutting the legs of the people who are trying to do something is a very common experience I have had with myself also. We are going now in the car. I mean, throughout America, I have been telling people, now, will you please shut up? Will you please now understand? Let us do. They decided to have a program after this program was over. It was in, I think, Vancouver. And I said, all right, then call them also for puja, because we have no time now to wait till they grow up and all that. Call them for puja. And I said, come and have lunch also. They got a fright, mother, we have not made any arrangements. I said, what is there? We'll make cholas. We have no cholas, how to soak it? I said, don't you worry. I told them, let us go to some Indian restaurant here and we'll get the chola. They said, it's not possible, mother. Who will go? I said, but let us go. I'm saying, let us go. There was a discussion about it for about half an hour. Oh, mother is saying how to. I said, now will you please take me to some Indian restaurant? Anyway. Oh, we have to drive about 3 miles. I said, doesn't matter. It's already 11:30. It will be 12 o'clock by the time we go there. There won't be any worry. I said, but I am telling you, take me to some Indian restaurant. Why don't you take? And the argument was on and on. I said, now will you take it? I felt like taking a pistol. And now, I said, hands up. Let's. I said, I insisted too much. Then very reluctantly they drove me down. There was a restaurant there. I said, now go inside and tell this man that we want 5 kilos of this cholas with you if you have got chana. So he said, I've got it. They said, better get it for us. So he sold us. And he said, I don't know why I'm selling it to you. I never do that way, but I'm selling it to you. And he gave us. And then he said, there's a shop here. And he asked the person to open the shop and he gave us all the rest of it. And next day we had a nice cholas. I make them for them. So we had it. But before starting, really, I tell you, they ate my head off. Same in Toronto. Toronto was much worse. Much worse. Everywhere I found this is the thing. You try to do something, now you have to take this ashram. There will be 10 wise people immediately sitting. But for this, how can we do it? Then you don't have it. All these explanations and all these things are not wanted. If you have any positive thing to do, you do it. The thing is more talking, doing nothing is the point. Action is to be taken instead of that inaction in such a way that it's only thought. And everybody is talking. But the system where one person talks and the rest listen always works out, like in Japan, in India. If an elder is talking, nobody talks. All right. Your mother says, all right. Go ahead. Gagangad Maharaj asked these people, Modi and all that, will you jump in the sea if mother says so? Are you willing to die for her? This is the first question a guru asks, you see. Here, dying, only driving up to 3 miles, you have to break your neck with them. Dying is too much. I cannot even talk of that. But even for everything it is happening, and that's why Sahaja Yoga doesn't work. And those people who try to do something, either there is jealousy or pulling him down or the wise counseling. If you do it, who will pay for it? There is mother sitting. She will look after. You should not take the ashram on hire. This will be too much for us. Everything, if it is free, is very good. Now these are the 2 points I am saying, and the third point also I have to tell you, and then I will tell you the good news. Now the third point, which is very important, one has to understand about third point. It's a very small thing, but expresses in a big way in everybody's life. Now you people are much more affluent than Indians are. But the amount of headaches I have with Sahaja Yogis about money, I have never had in India, which I must tell you very frankly. First we had the ashram, in Dollis Hill, for which I don't know how much money I had to sell out. I think 1,500 or something. Second ashram we had to sell out again. Now third ashram we had, I think here also I had to do it. The reason is there's no proper account. Nobody knows how much money is there in the bank or not. And everybody is trying to save, if possible, at the cost of surgery. This is such a low thing to talk about, but it is so. Everybody sees to one's own personal comfort, but not to the whole working of surgery. Like, so many have not even paid the rent. Are we going to go in litigation now against these people who have not paid the rent? Just think of it, you have not even paid the rent. Like in Dolly's Hill, they never paid the electricity. Who's going to pay? Mother will pay. She does everything for us. You see, mother is looking after us, isn't it? So let her pay for the electricity. Now here it is that people have not paid the rent. But for dharma, for this great work, you have to donate. No question of paying for your rent, you have to donate. Do you understand? That is one of the principles of Lakshmi. These people have not understood this. You have to donate for this work. You just think that Sahaja Yoga is for your advantage, alright, for spiritual advantage. But you do not take advantage of Sahaja Yoga this way. In India, I never had this problem of money, I can tell you this. Never. On the contrary, whenever there was a problem, they stood by me. Australia, same thing I must say, Australia has never given me any problem of money that I have to pay out of my pocket. Here the people have not paid the rent. Now those who have not paid the rent, raise your hands. Honestly, so far in the ashram. Everyone has paid.
I think I have a few pounds, £7.
How much?
£7.
That's all. That's not much. But it's £800. One must pay for surgery, lavishly. You are staying here, pay for that. You see, I have seen people just turn their faces. You are staying here, free food is very good idea. If you can get even free lodging, London, very good. We have come for the program, so what? You have come here, now this food is on, pay for it. You must pay. You don't understand, today is the day of Diwali, where people have to pay to God, God's food. Because Lakshmi Tattva is like that. You don't have to pay the Guru, thank God, you have free Guru here. Only 5p this time I took, isn't it? But you have to pay. Not only for yourself but for your work. You don't even pay for yourself. You stay here free of food. Think people have not paid for food. Many times it happens. They don't even pay for the whole £1. Can you imagine? You try to save that £1 and you will be losing thousands of pounds, I tell you. Don't do like that. This is God's work. Don't take advantage. And it was very far I've seen. We used to have one Indian who would come to our pujas and he would buy things for the puja. Kavin is here, he'll tell you. And it was impossible to pay him that money for that puja thing that he bought. He said, this much my punya. Even CP understands that very well. He says, this is the only way I am doing some punya after all. What punya I am doing? While we try to save money out of Sahaja Yoga, is a very dangerous thing. Now so far everything forgiven. Why I don't declare myself to be Adishakti? Because once I declare myself as Adishakti, none of the sins will be forgiven. Take it from me. It's a very serious thing. All of them will be alert. It's already said. That's why don't say I am Adishakti. Better keep at a lower level, so that at least you have given a chance. There is a mess of money everywhere. How can it be with all of you so good, so intelligent, giving wise advice everywhere? And most of it is miserliness. It's so sickening, to see a saint to be miserly. I have said 100 times. A saint cannot be a miserly person. That's one of the signs of a saint, is that he cannot be miserly. So much thinking of money. If you can go this way, £1 you can save. The money mindedness is so much. I have seen it every day. You see, people used to work with me. We are not buying that paint because if we use the whole of the bottle, then we cannot return it. I mean, to that extent, what was the need to bother? But the mind is such. So don't save that kind of a thing. Labor saving devices, money saving devices, you see, are very well built in. Very clever people. But they are all against you. You are so clever that you are cheating yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Be careful. You are special people. You have to achieve special results with yourself. You can do a lot. But these are the things you should be careful. Everyone who keeps the accounts, who sends the money, who pays the money, has to be careful also. And also the people who are taking advantage of Sahaja Yoga should pay. There are many books which I have given to people. I don't know when did they sell. Except for Gavin, I don't think anybody has given me a proper account of the books that were given. Somebody asked me for 10, 20, I just trusted. I trust people. Or if they could buy, you see, one Nirmala Yoga. Oh, we can share, mother. About 100 people can have Nirmala Yoga. It's all right. Yes. That's very common. Imagine Nirmala Yoga costs you £3 per year. Used by 100 people. Economical. But that's the Bible. Nobody has this sense. What we are going to collect. They'll collect coins. They'll collect, I don't know what, stamps. I don't know what else they are collecting here. Quite mad people. But why not collect Nirmala Yoga? I mean, I read it myself. I read my own articles. Every time I find a new message. While people have one Nirmala Yoga going round and round and round. One Nirmala Yoga I saw once here in the all torn, tattered, this thing. And I could see all the hands that have been laid on it. Because if you can save £3 per year, why not do it? We have the Nirmala Yoga as well as that. Same thing about tapes. Mata's tapes, alright? If you have one, can you lend me? By the time it ends up, there's nothing left on the tape. It is the way to come to God. to the generous of generous. There's no place for such people. God doesn't like miserly people to enter into His kingdom. And when you have money, I would say that if you are poor people who are starving. When I started my work in Bombay, they all said, Mother, how will you do it alone? I said, I'll manage, don't you worry. And they said, we want to give you money. This I said, don't worry. Just now there's no trust, nothing. Let us form a trust. When the trust started also, you must know that I paid a lot of money for the trust myself. We started the trust. The trustee started paying. Then when we had established properly, I said, now, you can pay. That year, होती किती हजार रुपये एकत्र केले आपण लोकांच्या कडे?
We made something like 15,000.
15,000.
सीताराम देवीचा प्रोग्राम केला.
That moment when I was sitting there, I said, now I want money. You are not so many surgeons. 15,000 rupees collected that moment I was sitting. What did you do? Nothing did do. We didn't do it. Did you sell any ornament? Nothing. Now how? We had collected. Because you had said that you will be asking sometime. We have got cash they brought. 15,000. In one sitting just like this I was talking, said 15,000. And they sorted that paid. Here it is just on the meeting they'll say, alright, we'll pay 15,000. Tomorrow, day after, a person has to go after you to ask for money like a tax collector. This is absurd. Mother, I've got a very good house, I've got a very good wife. Come and visit my house, I'll be very happy. What have you done for the big house? You got your own house, all the blessings. What have you done for the big house? One must understand that these are symbolic things which express your temperament, your nature. When you are taking drugs, you are spending so much money for drugs because you are addicted to it. Why not get addicted to Sahaja Yoga? How many of you are addicted to Sahaja Yoga? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. At least promise me from today you are all going to be Sahaja Yoga addicted. Come on, raise your hand, all of you. So this is the good news.
Shri Mataji.
So New Year has started and it's a beautiful thing. This year has to be something special. The first thing I was thinking about the school that you are going to establish and which is going to help you and your children very much to begin with. And then we'll be having different ashrams and different places. Another good news is that we have now got the land near the Neera river where you jumped into that river. And the photograph of that time when you jumped in is just like this in the sky. You find a light all going on the sides with rays. It's wonderful as you see the Holy Ghost exactly like that. There's a photograph. Aayega to photo? It was with Dhumal. It was an instant photograph. So that land we have got where you all can have your huts nicely done for all of you. It's already arranged. It's a beautiful spot. We are all going to have that nice time. No time. And our old age is now being completely secure. So don't worry about the old age. Don't try to save for your old age. Now we are going to India, for which we have got 2 programs, and please try to make it easier for me. Don't make it difficult. And if you make it easier for me, it's better for me, because even if I have to worry about everything, then it's difficult. Like we have thinking to have you on a plane which will bring you there in time. Now you can imagine, you come at a time whenever you feel like, at random. You want to go back at a time when you want to. There should be some understanding that taking you to the airport from any place takes about 1,000 rupees sometimes. And who's going to pay for it? Extra. But you want to go to the aeroplane? You must tell mother, I have to go, I have to catch the plane, what am I to do? Now that's not the way. This time all of you are going by one plane and coming by one plane. We cannot have buses for each and individual person. And you know how taxis are expensive in India. We cannot arrange that. We'll try to make most of you arrive at a time where there will be a bus. Moreover, if there is an arrangement that is possible, we might be able to get a proper concession from Air India, so that when you come back, mostly now Delhi we are not going, so it won't happen to that extent, I am sure. Like merchants, you see, and carrying luggage, every person 200 kilos, will be lessened, of course. Also, Air India will be kind enough to help us out with little extra luggage. But the way people carry their luggage sometimes is, I can't understand. 200 kilos were given once upon a time to me extra by Air India because of CP's position, whatever it is. And that was also used by surgeons. And all my things were left there and they just walked off with my luggage concession. And those things had to come by shape or by some other people for whom I had to pay a lot. It doesn't matter. Whatever has happened is the past, so forget the past. But in the new life, you should not have all this filth of the old life. So every year one has to jump out onto a better life, a life of magnanimity, of sublimity, of spirituality. And of spirituality means no sympathy at all for a bhoot. That's one thing is definite. No sympathy. This should be decided today, that you will have no sympathy from any bhutish person. Because when he sits on your head, then you start saying, Mother, this has happened. But when you give sympathy to that person, you don't understand that you have been doing these things to a person who is anti-God. All bhoots are anti-God, whether they are in you or outside. So fight them out, in you or outside. Don't allow any bhoots to be dominating. And once you understand this point that they are against God and you are the instruments of God, you have nothing to do with them, you will get rid of them. Once you become firm, they will just run away. So this second resolution has to be passed today, that we'll have no sympathies with bhutish people and will not give funny counsel by which you stop the work. Many people are bhutish that way, I know that. Anything you tell them, like Tane, I said, let us start a school. How can we do it? This is that. I said, in Geneva, you start taking that big place. Many people came with great counsel. I know everything what has happened. You may not tell me, I am not there, but I am there. I know all those people who tried these tricks, because they think they are very wise. At this time, I am there to watch you and see you, what I witness you. But you will drop out. This is the point. Everything is recorded, whatever you are doing. God has a registration office. And how many marks you get is very important. You don't think that you have been given realization, such a big position, then God is not watching. He is watching your every step. There are angels with you to help you and there are ganas with you. But also the registration office is registered. So be careful. Then later on you will say that Mother, I missed the bus. There I can't do any hanky-panky. I tell you at that point, I cannot do anything. Only thing, just now whatever is possible I can do it. So please work it out in such a way that you really ascend fast. And this is today you decide. Tonight. How many are going to get up tomorrow at 4 o'clock? Raise your hands. And have their baths before puja. And of course, everything, not only bath. Otherwise they'll say we had bath so it's alright. No. But in proper dresses. You have to be there in time. Actually so many times I come late because I know they must not have yet got. What's the use of reaching there? Then when I reached, I said, Mother, stop. Still it is not yet done. We have not arranged. It has happened many a time. So you don't blame me for coming late. It's just to give you facilities. I think that is better to go late so that there's no problem. So the good news, I have told you already, that we are going to get beautiful huts for ourselves. I would like you people to give me some good designs for your huts that you want to buy. It will be at a very, very nominal cost, but don't try to save there. See, it's the saving of savings. Like this $400, actually I did it under a wrong impression. I didn't know it was 375 last year. I thought it was only 300, so I said 100 would be sufficient to increase. Now they are all called shocked, Mother, what are you doing? How can it be? The prices have gone doubled now. I said, somehow or other I'll manage, don't you worry. But in the hut business also, you must know you have to pay for your hut. You cannot get it free then. Or Mother, it's all right, one person will build and we'll come every year, we can share. It's all right. You make one hut for us, 10 persons can share it. This kind of beggary should not be expressed. It's quite common here. We'll share it. That's all. But where are you going to spend your money that's saving all this? You won't shave because you want to save money. You won't go to a hairdresser, you want to save money. All right. Now you don't want to pay for your food because you want to save money. You don't want to pay your rent because you want to save money. But for what? I can understand drunkards doing that because, you see, miserly people are around because they are drunkards. You know, drunkards always have to save money because they have to drink. But you are no more drunkards now. So why should you save? Only drunkards do like that. You see, this miserliness is very much in England and all the places. It's reason because they have to drink. You know, where will they get the money to drink? So they save all their money for drinking. But you are not drunkards anymore. And the thing that you are drinking is a nectar, which is free. So why are you saving all the time your money? So money making propositions and money saving propositions, if they are brought little low, you'll be amazed that these are all joy killing. Bhoots are joy killing things. A bhootish woman, if she is next to me, you see, I want to run away. Can't bear. The reason is, she's so joy killing, she'll go on saying, Mother, what is happening about my marriage now? My husband has not written any letter to me. Finished. I am so now fed up of her. Then another will come. Mother, my house is not all right. What am I to do? My business is not working out. What am I to do? All very personal, petty things they'll discuss. Not of higher things. But in America, I was so much happier that they never asked me about personal problems. No one. Always talked about the higher thing. But how is it, Mother? This is the spirit when it comes into you. How is it the light is not spread so much? They talked about spirit, spirit, spirit. Nobody said, my husband is like this, my house is sinking, what am I to do? I have problems. They never talk like that. So they'll go much faster. And you'll still stick on with your wives, children, and your house, and maybe, I don't know what else here. So be careful. Move your attention to higher levels. Unless and until you move your attention to higher levels, how will you jump out? And this is another way you can give a lift to the newcomers also. You see, many newcomers are shocked by the Sahaja Yogis the way they are. They say there's no difference. They tell lies. They try to save money at our cost. New people have come, alright. Are you a married man? Then they say, alright, you pay for today. We go to a hotel, he pays for it. The new man is shocked. All the Sahaja Yogis eat there, poor fellow, he pays money. He is without any money. Then he thinks, what sort of Sahaja Yogis these are? They are making me pay. When a new person comes, you all should pay. But if they know somebody has money, then they take out the money. This is a horrible thing to hear. And the whole problem is of money. My husband doesn't give me money. He keeps the money at the bank. My wife doesn't give me money. I'm fed up with all these talks. Now no more after this. At least don't tell me. If you want, I can give you 2 sticks. You hit your husband and your wife, finish it off. I have nothing to say. But don't tell me about that. And if your wife is a bhoot or a husband is a bhoot, keep her out. Don't take a headache on yourself. And those who are married, if they are in love with bhoots, better give up. Otherwise they have love affairs and this and that, all sorts of things. I am so fed up with it. When are we going to talk about the eternal life? Alright? So I think for New Year, you have had a little pep talk and a love talk and good news. Maybe we may be allowed to stay here if you all desire. If you do not give some wise counseling, I am sure we'll stay here. Alright, when shifting here also there were a lot of wise counseling. It's very far away, what should we do, this, that. It worked out. Keep your wisdom to yourself. Work it out on yourself. Try to find out about yourself through your own wisdom. What am I doing? And you'll be amazed how it will help you. You have to shine. You are the leaders of tomorrow. You have to have your wings on. What are you doing? All these heavy loads, throw them away. Nothing important. Feel lighter. You care about it. Now we are yogis. We are sannyasis. What is going to matter with us? Even if you don't get food, so what? God is going to look after us. He looks after us. And it has happened with people that they have all settled down very well. Those who have faith in their yoga, they get their kshema all right. First look after your yoga is important. That's the most important thing, to look after your yoga, by which you do not falter into the ditch of this greed and lust and all those things that are surrounding. Try to lead a life which is detached. Detachment one has to do. Detachment. Complete detachment is needed. Today I had a mind of bringing some present from you. Because, you see, I love it. I love to give you presents. I don't know why. That's an attachment I have. But I said this today, I will just have a little more detachment about it. Because if I give it to few, then they will be angry. But I had a mind to give you some presents specially. But I will give you some special wishes today, that let your willpower become enlightened. Let you become the people with great enlightened faith and with enlightened strength. You shed off all these things of the past. Come out of your shells. Come out of your past conditionings, and without jumping towards your ego, cleanse yourself completely, spread your wings, and like a dignified bird, you enjoy the ocean of God's bliss. This is what I bless you. The sky is the limit. There's no limit to your enjoyment. But drop out all these nonsensical things. Just drop out. You are saints, you are yogis. All of you are. You are not ordinary mundane people on the street. Everybody's feet are to be worshipped. You are of that level. Your mother has made you like that after Ganesha. And what are you doing? Where are you lost? Take the responsibility. May God bless you.